If I don't get a comunicado oficial like on my desk Monday morning, 9 a.m. pronto, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. If a decision on Ruben Amrorim's future is not made by Monday morning and they don't give a new coach, interim or otherwise, the week to prepare for Sunderland, I don't see this guy fired by Monday, I'm gonna lose my mind. Now, I'm not one who likes to advocate for people losing their jobs, right? By all means, I would love Ruben Amrorim to succeed. I would love to be proven wrong about this guy. But it's starting to get to a point now where as a fan, I feel insulted. I feel insulted going on these shows. I feel insulted going on these podcasts. I feel insulted talking to other Man United fans and people questioning why I think Ruben Amrorim needs to go. I'm starting to genuinely feel offended because are we watching the same product? Are my eyes lying to me? My perfect 2020 vision eyes. Are we watching the same product? Are we watching the same 90 minutes of football? Is my screen, the stream I'm watching on, am I watching like a faulty stream? Am I watching someone playing FIFA? Right? Are we watching a different product? People have genuinely questioned why my stance on Amorim is the way it is. I was on Saturday Social and people are saying, yeah, but don't you think that the first few games we're creating more and don't you see that there's some building blocks that we're starting? I'm starting to feel offended when people tell me this. How can you watch this? How can you watch this nonsense on your screen and genuinely come back to me and say, there's something there to work with? We are crap. We're crap. Let me calm down. This is getting ridiculous now. This is genuinely getting out of hand. It already was bad, right? But now it's starting to become a mockery, right? We're never going to win back-to-back games in the Premier League under this guy. Ever. Because the amount of opportunities that have been handed to us on a golden platter to register 2 wins in a row. Listen to the words I'm saying right now. 2 wins back to back. One after the other. Win one, then win the next. It's been almost 12 months now. And this manager still hasn't been able to get this team to do it. Am I going insane? What better opportunity are you going to get after beating Chelsea than Brentford away? Brentford away. Now, I'm sure there's going to be people coming to me and saying, well, Brentford away, yes, it's a tough game, right? We've struggled there in the past. They're good on set pieces. Chelsea went there and dropped points. I don't care. When is this team going to win games? Here's the answer. They're not. They're going to give you a little glimpse, a little glimmer of hope against 10-man Chelsea, by the way, right? 10-man Chelsea, they're going to give you a little glimmer of hope. They're going to give you some copium. And you're going to start to think, oh, maybe this is what we can build off of. But newsflash, guys, this group under this manager will never build off a win in their life. It's not happening now. There's too much evidence. There's too much sample size. There's too much of a body of work now to kind of take information away from and say to yourself, this isn't going anywhere. It's not leading anywhere. Ruben Amrorim cannot coach this team to the maximum. He can't coach them to their best potential. We've seen it now. Anybody still riding out for this guy, you're living in cuckoo land. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you guys, but at this point now, you need to open your eyes, rip off the Band-Aid, and just accept the situation for what it is. This isn't the guy. You can talk to me all you want about the players. You can talk to me all you want about a culture of firing and hiring managers and nothing. This isn't the guy. Whatever you think deep down, you have to come to this conclusion now. Any longer with him, and we are genuinely going to continuously become a bottom half team. There is nothing different about this team to last season, bar a few different players. And those players now look even worse than they were at their own club. We traveled to Brentford today. Their best player over the last season was Bryan Mbeumo. He scored 20 Premier League goals. We spent 60 to 70 million pounds on him. And today, guys, he genuinely looked worse than almost every one of their attackers. He's not worse than almost all their attackers. He was their best player. He's one of the best players in the league, or he should be anyways. But at Man United, we have effectively converted him into a guy that plays with his back to goal, hugging the width, receiving almost in his own half at times, trying to beat his man one-on-one, and he can't do it. He can't. Bryan Mbeumo was awful today. Matheus Cunha lit the Premier League up with Wolves last season. We're putting him in situations now, asking him to basically bail us out. He's losing the ball every single time. Playing like it's 1v11. We're signing players that before a ball was even kicked this window, the entire Man United fan base were all singing from the same hymn sheet saying, these are top players. These are Premier League proven players that are going to take us higher up the league. And they've come to our club. And in this system, under this manager, they have regressed to the mean. So please don't tell me about the players. Some of these players are crap, no doubt about it. But when everybody is playing at an all-time bad level, please do not try and deflect blame away from the manager. He's the common denominator. Him and his garbage system are the common denominator here. No one in this team suits it. How many times every single game, including today, especially today, do you just see the ball go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a damn pendulum? across the back three, from De Ligt to Maguire to Shaw, back to Maguire to De Ligt, back to Maguire to Shaw, sometimes into Bruno, back into Maguire to De Ligt. They have no idea how to break down Brentford. They don't. Brentford are not even bang average. This is one of the weakest teams in the Premier League. It's a team that has been stripped of their manager, of their captain, of their top goal scorer, of their second top goal scorer. Their head coach was last season's set piece manager. And Man United under Ruben Amrorim, after £200 million plus spent, and Amrorim being in the job one whole year, could not find a way of breaking down Brentford. They could not split them through the middle. They could not carve them open. They couldn't play balls over the top. They couldn't put more than one successful cross into the box. They could not break down Brentford. I'm sorry, that's not a player issue. That's not a player problem. Brentford don't have better players than Man United. And if you seriously believe that, you have been completely manipulated by this manager into believing that this is what we are now. This is Man United. If you in your heart of hearts believe Brentford have a better team than Man United, better players than Man United, forget about I have a bridge to sell you. I have a damn yacht to sell you. It is ridiculous. The second half, right? We go into the half down 2-1. Actually, no, forget about even the second half. Talk about the first half. I'm losing my mind here, guys. I'm skipping straight to the second half. The first half, right? No, forget about even the first half. The lineup is so crap. It's so crap. What the hell has Leny Yoro done? What has he done? Has he been affiliated with Kobbie Mainoo? He's hanging around Kobbie Mainoo too much. So in Amorim's mind now, he's the next guy out the team. And because Amorim said it, now everybody's probably going to turn on Yoro, right? Guys gassing up Yoro. What has he done? Yoro hadn't put a foot wrong this entire season. He gets benched the last 2 games. Go figure that one out. Go explain that one to me. Maguire starts today. Maguire, for all intents and purposes, has his strengths, also has his weaknesses, but we know what his strengths are. In the air, very, very strong. Carrying out the back, I would say, is one of his strengths as well, too. Physical. But what's Maguire's biggest weakness? Balls over the top and him having to completely turn 180 and run in behind. Chase after runners. He is quite simply way too heavy. Way too heavy. Guys catch him out so many times. And this manager's genius idea is to park our defensive line practically at the halfway line. And Maguire is the one orchestrating that. One ball over the top to Igor Thiago. Maguire tries catching him offside. He can't do it. Igor Thiago is through on goal. And let me give some credit to Igor Thiago, by the way, right? That finish is one of the best finishes I've ever seen in my life. No exaggeration here. It's not in the heat of the... That's one of the best finishes I've ever seen in my life. You remember that Balotelli strike against Germany a few seasons back. It's almost 10 years ago. But that goal in the Euros semi-final goes across his body. He lets it run past his body and then fires it right foot, top corner, near post against Manuel Neuer. That finish was ridiculous. This is basically that on his weaker foot, and it clips the inside of the post. It's one of the best finishes I've ever seen in my life. But it's comical defending. Comical. And the thing is, I don't blame Maguire. Guys, Maguire's been at Man United since 2019. He's been at United now for 6 years. I know what Maguire's good at. I know what he's not good at. Everybody in the world knows what he's good at and not good at. What manager asks his team to defend that high up and Maguire is at the center of it? It's a recipe for disaster. And Yoro, you have a quick, young, thoroughbred center back. In recovery, he can chase guys back. And you played Maguire. And you decide to play that high of a line. You've lost your whole soul. You've lost your whole soul. The second goal, off long throws and set pieces. First and foremost, we know that's Brentford's strength, but it's also Man United's weakness. And it's been their weakness for God knows how long under Amorim. Whatever we're doing, however these guys are being coached off set pieces, clearly does not work defensively. Because with this goalkeeper and these defenders, they cannot read danger. They cannot anticipate balls into the box. They don't position themselves well enough. The goalkeeper doesn't know how to use his hands. It's a disaster. 2-0 down just like that. Benjamin Sesko, I'm happy for him. He grabs his first goal today. 3 cracks at the apple, but eventually he got it. I'm very happy for him. And again, I feel frustrated for him as well today because his link up is good. He's bringing others into play. He's waiting patiently in the box, but none of these crosses can ever find him. Guy's 6'5", and we still can't put a ball on his head. It's an absolute travesty, right? But the second half comes along. You think 2-1, going into the second half, you should have most of the ball. You should be able to carve Brentford open in the second half. There will be chances. Even get something out of the game. Guys, that second half, bar the penalty that we won, and we'll talk about the penalty. Bar the penalty that we won. Let me pull this up real quick. This is our second half, right? Bruno Fernandes's penalty had an expected goal worth of 0.79. Again, I'm not that big into expected goals. If you don't score them, it doesn't matter, but it does help tell the story of a game. This opportunity right here is worth 0.79 XG. We finished the half. This is only in the second half, right? First half, second half. We finished the second half on 1.1 XG, meaning that the majority of our XG, that entire over 45 minutes, we basically created 0.3 XG. And the opportunities that are coming, a Matthias de Ligt header, a Xerxes header, a Mateus Cunha pop shot from 30 yards out. Guys, we aren't breaking Brentford down whatsoever. The entire second half is played like these guys are on cruise control. You would think Man United in the second half are up 3-1, 4-1. There's no urgency. There's no intensity. There's nothing in these guys to take the game and add some intensity. You're losing. You haven't won back-to-back games in an entire year. Show us something. Take initiative. The only player that wants to pick up the ball and run at guys and almost pick it up and try and barge, it's Cunha's the only one. And he was awful today. But at least you get the impression of him that it bothers him to be down 2-1. The rest of these guys, it's like we're on cruise control. We're going to get a goal eventually. We're Man United. It's eventually going to come our way. And they would look, the penalty on a different day, Bruno scores it. Look, first and foremost, 2 penalties from Bruno Fernandes missed in one season is astounding. He's usually so reliable on the spot, and it's 2 times now that he's hurt Man United. By the way, he wasn't good today, but that's 2 times now. Bruno Fernandes has cost Man United what? 2 points against Fulham with his miss, and at least 1 point again today. That's 3 points that he's cost us this season. But look, and another thing as well too, Colin should have been sent off there. He should have. That would have changed the game. But again, we're in a situation here where a penalty is what we're kind of grabbing onto. It's what we're trying to gain some kind of salvation from. Oh, that guy should have been sent off and we could have scored that penalty. Guys, we're going to Brentford and we're complaining that, oh, we missed the penalty and the players are costing AMORIM. Guys, the players aren't costing AMORIM. It's the only opportunity we had in the entire half against Brentford, who were practically they were on cruise control the entire second half because they know they could let Man United play for another hour. Nothing's coming out of it. All these guys do, guys, is just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Who has the most touches on this team? I know normally anyways, right, the defenders have the most touches. Yeah, Maguire, 39. 71 from Shaw. 69. Maguire got subbed off, to be fair. De Ligt and Shaw, 69 and 71. But what about our midfielders? Bruno, 81 touches. Bruno has almost as many touches as our left center back. Let me not even get started on this guy. 43. Manuel Ugarte has less touches than our center backs. Guys, this midfield right here is practically just a hole in the middle of the park. They have no impact on the game whatsoever. Bruno sometimes will try and drop deep and then play these passes in behind, but we don't play. I've said it so many times. Why do I keep repeating myself? We don't play through midfield. And this guy right here, man, AMORIM, ultimately, nothing you're doing right now is working out. Because not only is your game plan tragic, not only are your in-game substitutions tragic, not only is the way you set up tragic, your lineup is terrible, man. This guy right here is not a Man United midfielder. And you are lying to yourself if you try and convince yourself you are. All these people now who have turned on Kobbie Mainoo and say, oh, all you Kobbie fans, you cradle him. He hasn't done anything for Man United. And people telling me, oh, the reason Ugarte plays over Kobbie is because AMORIM wants one destroyer or one holder and one guy who's a bit more attacking. So Bruno plays with Ugarte. Guys, Ugarte doesn't even do the job he's meant to do better than Kobbie. Ugarte is meant to what? Win the ball, cover ground, like drive it forward. He doesn't do any of that better than Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo comes on the pitch and he looks better at what Ugarte is supposed to be good at than Ugarte does. I saw someone tweet today, oh, Ugarte looked really good in the build-up to that goal. Did he? He carried the ball up a little bit and then tried playing Dorgu through. A simple 6-yard pass nearly went out for a goal kick. This is what the standards have come down to for a Man United midfielder. A simple pass into your fullback's feet nearly went out for a goal kick. Dorgu is straining to get on the end of that and then punt it into the box. This guy, man, AMORIM has to go and he needs to go with him, man. He needs to go with him. He is not good enough. He isn't. And you guys have genuinely fooled yourself because the manager that you kiss the ground that he walks on told you, well, Ugarte suits my team more than Kobbie. If any manager says that their system suits Ugarte more than Kobbie, bun the system. Rip it apart. It's not a good system. If this guy's getting minutes over Kobbie Mainoo, who, again, we're not talking about Iniesta here, we're not talking about Xavi, we're not talking about Gundogan. Kobbie, right? The young player, he's got room to grow, he definitely has his weaknesses, but in no world is this guy better than him. That's your manager. Or that's Man United's man. Anybody who's still saying this is his manager, seriously, get a grip, guys. Get a grip. I don't, like, you guys might feel I'm being disrespectful here. At what point is enough enough? At what point can you genuinely watch what you're saying and see, this ain't it. This ain't it, man. Fully deserved from Brentford. Fully deserved. And then the third is just the cherry on top. Jensen. Look, Brentford bided their time the entire half. Watched Man United struggle to get 10 yards up the pitch without losing it. Some of the defending at the end from Man United is so comical. Some of the combinations. Guys, Mbemo, Cunha, Sesko, 200 million pounds combined spent on the three of them. They have no synergy whatsoever. They have no idea where they're supposed to go when has the ball. There's no understanding. There's no runs off the ball. They genuinely look like they have never even played 1 minute on the training ground together. They have no idea what to do in the system. Everybody here looks lost. So it's not a great team. I'm not saying Man United are an amazing team. But guys, AMORIM is making them look championship level. This system is failing good players. It's failing bad players too, but it's failing good players. These three, Bruno, I mean, it's a waste in this team, bro. It's a waste. It's an absolute waste. Guys, I'm actually sick of this. I'm genuinely sick and tired of every single weekend going through the same shit. Honestly, wins now, I celebrate the wins in the moment. I celebrated the win against Burnley in the moment. I celebrated the win against Chelsea in the moment. But within 30 minutes of adrenaline wiping off, you know in your heart of hearts that it's not leading to anything. It's not something that the team is going to build off of. It's not, oh wow, I could see us going somewhere from this. I'm so sick and tired of feeling like this, man. The worst thing as a football fan is to genuinely almost dread watching your football team play. And that's kind of where I'm starting to get to with these guys, man. Seriously, every single weekend, it's like I'm sitting down because I want to watch Man United. I want to watch my team, and I come out of it just with my head on Mars. I'm honestly over it. All I want is for my team to be competitive. All I want is for my team to show a bit of organization throughout 90 minutes. All I want is for my team to put a smile on my face during the weekend. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for first. I'm not asking for top 4. I'm not even asking for top 6. Just be competitive in football games. Just show us something. And under this guy, man, honestly, this is a waste of time every single weekend. It's a waste of time. I'm over it. Please, Man United, make the decision. The decision is screaming in your face right now. You will never, Ineos, Jim Radcliffe, Omar Barada, Vivell, Wilcox, you will never have an easier decision in your life than the one that sits at your feet right now. Pull the plug. It's over. There is still part of the season that's salvageable. Again, not to win the league, not even to finish top 4, but to at least have a respectable season. There's still the opportunity to do that. Man United have been rotten in terms of waiting too long to make decisions on managers. Now, Ineos have been quick to pull the plug on players. The minute a player shows he's not good enough, Ineos have moved very, very quickly to basically act on that. But right here, right now, with managers, they've never been able to do it. They always act too late. Ineos, do not act too late. There are still, 32 games left of this season. It's not the worst team in the league. There are things to work with this team. Give them a chance. Guys, today, West Ham fired Graham Potter. It was the easiest decision ever. Everybody knew it was coming. Everybody knew he was out of his depth. Everybody knew he was failing at West Ham. Everybody knew he was becoming a laughingstock across the league. Memes everywhere across the internet. Everybody knew this decision was coming. And here's the kicker. Seriously take in what I'm about to tell you. Graham Potter at West Ham had a better success rate than Ruben Amrorim at Man United. Let me say that one more time. Graham Potter had a greater success rate at West Ham United than Ruben Amrorim at Man United. And yet, West Ham officials sacked him while Man United officials flew into Carrington, looked him straight in the eyes during a meeting, and came away saying, the results aren't great. Well, they're terrible, but they said that they're not great. Nothing really suggests that he should still have this job. Everybody knows he really isn't good enough, but on the basis of the season, we're probably losing games on fine margins. We actually haven't been that bad. We're creating a decent, the underlying metrics, they probably suggest we might be better than we actually are. And therein lies the concerning bit about all of this. West Ham United have higher standards for themselves as a football club and the managerial position than Manchester United do. I'm gonna say that one more time. West Ham United have higher standards for themselves as a football club and their managerial position than Manchester United. That is dark. That is frighteningly dark. Because now, guys, we're not comparing ourselves to Arsenal and what would Arsenal do with Arteta or what would Liverpool have done with Klopp at this point in his time. What would United have done with Fergie? Guys, West Ham cut ties with their manager quicker than Man United did, and their manager was doing better than Ruben Amrorim was. How do you even explain that? How do you even go about explaining that to someone? That's not the takeaway. Guys, if I look at the players today who, honestly, I never want to see on a Man United team. This guy right here is straight. Enough. I know he made some saves in the first half, but enough. This isn't the future. We bought a goalkeeper. We chased the goalkeeper all window. We decided not to go for an experienced guy, so that we went for a younger figure in Lemons because he's for the future and he can give us longer time at Man United. But we don't play him. For who? Binder. Get this guy out of the team. Get this guy out of my club. 10 years of failure, continuously underwhelming, he's a serial underachiever. I mean, Maguire and De Ligt over Yoro, please, man. Please. Ugarte, please, man. Please. The worst thing is as well, too, guys. Ugarte is playing ahead of Kobbie Mainoo. Luke Shaw is playing ahead of Leny Yoro. Binder's playing ahead of Lemons. These are supposed to be the guys for the future. These are the guys that we look forward to seeing for this Man United team and for future Man United teams. And they're being kept out of a team, by the way, that doesn't win anyways. They're not a great team. They're being kept out of that team by, honestly, the biggest pretenders you will ever see. Diogo Dalot, man, I mean, how long have you been here at this club? Putting in consistently average performances. It's sickening, bro. It's sickening. All I want to see is a Man United team week in, week out that look structured, that look well set up, that are willing to fight, that are willing to press, that are willing to compete. And under this manager, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm ever going to see it. I'm never going to see it, guys. We see 3 games of absolute garbage, one that gives you a glimmer of hope and almost it's like makes you forget about everything that happened, and then the next week, right back to square one. Right back to square one. We play Sunderland at next, who knows, they're going to win, and then they play Liverpool away. Like, this season, if we keep AMORIM, it's just going to be win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Pull the plug. Pull the plug. There's people will say, who's the next manager? Who would you replace him with? There needs to be a replacement. Figure that out once you have to. This guy is actively bringing down the football club. Not just the team. The team already is on the bottom. He is actively drowning this football club. And people are seriously still blind witnesses. That's what I'm calling them. Blind witnesses to whatever he's trying to sell them. This is like, these guys on television, right? Back in the day, who they have some terrible product, right? Like, oh guys, we have like flexi glue or something like that. Here's flexi glue, just put it on any wall and the leaks will stop. Some like C-Tech salesman. And you're like, yeah, you know what? Let me put the number in my phone. Let me call, let me order it up. He's selling you nonsense. And you're still buying it. I'm sick, man. It's another weekend of just me watching other games and this result festering in the back of my mind, man. Festering. As Man United fans, at some point, guys, you have to draw a line. We have to draw a line. It's over. It's over. And people pretending like it makes you a better fan for wanting to stick with this guy. You're an enemy of progress if you're still sticking with this guy. Seriously. I'm not suggesting that we should want the team to lose. Far from it. But a year's evidence now, and you're still saying give him time. Back the manager. It's over. There's nothing to back. There's nothing to believe in. There's nothing to subscribe to. He himself does not subscribe to Man United being better under him. He can't even look at his team at the end of a game. He's finished. He himself knows it. I feel bad for the guy. He's clearly out of his depth at this football club. He's drowning. He's actually probably begging Man United to really just cut their losses at this point. For him, for his sake, for the team's sake, for the club's sake, for my sake. Honestly, screw everybody. For my sake, man. It's gotta end. It's gotta end, man. I'm gonna go watch the Madrid derby, man. I'm gonna go watch the Madrid derby. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon, man. Peace.